Lisa sold everything that made her Lisa. What if Lisa's solo career didn't fail because she became less successful, but because somewhere along the way, Lisa stopped feeling like Lisa? And before blinks come for me, I'm not saying Lisa is unsuccessful. She is insanely successful. She has huge streaming numbers, luxury deals, acting roles, sold-out performances, and one of the biggest individual brands to ever come out of K-pop. That's exactly why this is so strange. Because the bigger Lisa becomes, the less I understand who Lisa actually is as an artist. Remember Celine Lisa? Because that was a brand identity. Lisa became so strongly associated with Celine that the combination actually felt natural. The skinny silhouettes, the black, the leather, the rock star energy, the slightly androgynous styling, the bangs. You could literally see an outfit and think, that looks like something Lisa would wear. Celine didn't feel like some random luxury contract attached to her name. For a while, it became part of the visual language people associated with Lisa. Then she moved to Louis Vuitton. And yes, Louis Vuitton is huge, prestigious, expensive, and globally powerful. But that's exactly my problem. It feels like Lisa's career increasingly became about choosing the biggest possible thing instead of the thing that actually feels the most Lisa. Celine felt specific. Louis Vuitton feels prestigious. Those are not necessarily the same thing. And I think the exact same thing happened with her music. When Lisa created LL Loud, the whole point was supposed to be freedom. Her own company, her own decisions, her own image. Finally, after years under YG, this should have been the moment where we really got to understand who Lalisa Manoble is as an artist. And then we got Alter Ego, an album built around multiple different versions of Lisa. Roxy, Vixie, Suni, Kiki, Speedy. On paper, that sounds amazing. Lisa has always been incredibly visual, so you could create an entire universe around her. But somehow, after an album whose concept was literally supposed to show us multiple sides of Lisa, I felt like I knew Lisa less. Instead of one incredibly strong artistic identity, we got a little bit of everything. Rap Lisa, pop Lisa, sexy Lisa, soft Lisa, Western radio Lisa, fashion Lisa, feature Lisa, and I kept asking myself, okay, but which one is actually you? Because this is what I mean when I say Lisa's solo career has been disappointing. Not commercially, creatively. Lisa has everything. She has the face, the dancing, the charisma, the money, the connections, the stage presence. She can work with some of the biggest artists and producers in the world. But when you remove all of those people around her, what exactly is the Lisa sound? Seriously, what genre immediately makes you think of Lisa? What production style? What lyrical perspective? What visual world belongs specifically to her? Because with Blackpink, I could tell you immediately what Lisa brought to the group. She was sharp, cool, a little intimidating, funny, effortlessly confident. She was the dancer, the rapper, the member who could get 5 seconds in a song and somehow make those 5 seconds memorable. And ironically, I think giving her absolutely everything exposed how important limitations can actually be. Under YG, Lisa had a box. Maybe that box was way too small, and maybe she deserved much more freedom, but at least you could see the shape of it. Now the box is gone, and instead of getting one clear Lisa, we have 20 different products competing for attention. Luxury ambassador, pop star, rapper, actress, fashion girl, Hollywood celebrity, global influencer. And somewhere underneath all of that branding is Lalisa. That's the person I actually want to see. That's also why the move from Celine to Louis Vuitton represents something bigger to me. I'm obviously not saying Louis Vuitton ruined Lisa. That would be ridiculous. I'm saying it symbolizes the direction her entire career has taken. Bigger brand, bigger collaborations, bigger American industry connections, bigger concepts, bigger campaigns, bigger everything. But bigger does not automatically mean more memorable. Sometimes being extremely specific is exactly what makes somebody iconic. And this is where I think Lisa has lost some of what originally made her so interesting. She used to feel incredibly distinct. Even when she wasn't doing much, you knew exactly what her image was. There was something effortless about it. Now I sometimes feel like Lisa has been transformed into the perfect global luxury celebrity, at the expense of the weird little details that made people obsessed with her in the first place. Everything is polished. Everything is expensive. Everything is international. Everything looks impressive. But impressive and personal are not the same thing. And that's why I really hope her next album goes in the opposite direction. Fewer personas, fewer giant collaborations, just for the sake of having giant names attached to the project. Fewer attempts to prove that Lisa can do absolutely everything. Give me one Lisa, one sound, one visual identity, one perspective, something where I can hear 10 seconds and immediately know that nobody else could have made this, except Lisa, because Lisa does not need a bigger career. She already has one of the biggest careers to ever come out of K-pop. What she needs is an identity strong enough to survive underneath all of it.